Hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. Recap. Plus 53 prediction. Thoughts Q&A. However that title goes. One thing we all adore. Something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game. Searching for fortune. Yup. Alright. As they say. And remember, sounds of soft souls and hits and odors. Come on with it. Hit that like button on your way in and smash upon the share button. Come on with it. Come on. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. No San Fran audio here, baby. Come on. Yeah. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Shout out to you, Cowboy vet. I see you. I see you, Element. Appreciate you, Ace Boogie. Yeah. Original. Come on with it. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and
I stand behind it. I guarantee it. About as when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%.
yeah. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. To the window and to the wall. Come on, Marvin, I see you. Appreciate you. Albert, thank you. Daniel Hernandez. Not Aaron. Appreciate you. Sadiq Charles. Appreciate you. James Simmons. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Cowboys vet 71. Not 72, not 73, but 71 in the building. Appreciate you, man. Thank each and every last one of you all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and being part of Law Nation Sports as we continue to grind and shine. We got all type of new things in the building. We moving and grooving in the right direction. The Cowboys finally got them a win, and if it's very refreshing when you get a win here. I don't care if it's preseason, off season, during the season. If it's a season and the Cowboys got a W-I-N, we in, baby. You know, that was the song back in the day. It says, whatever you're doing in this season, don't do it without me, you know. So that's how we feel. I forgot the name. I forgot all of the lyrics, but it was a gospel song. He said, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. And that's where we at, right? Win, lose, or draw. Whatever you doing in this season, don't do it without me. And that's where we at. So for those who will try to rain on this, who try to drop fecal matter on this, don't listen to them. Enjoy this because we feasted on some seasonal birds, man. And we got another bird on the next week, right? Or within the next few weeks or what have you, September the 4th. Make sure you write that down, Cowboy Nation. So that's crazy. We might lose Trayshawn Holden. I see you. Rowdy, appreciate you. Brandy, appreciate you. JVBB boy, appreciate you. So what I'm getting at, Cowboy Nation, we got to go through the hard cuts. Now, before we go into these details, before we get things going, can you list me the player you want cut first? Just list it down in the chat. Just list it, Trade Stephen Jones is for my guy Seabass, we probably trade Stephen Jones for a worse commodity, so I don't know about that one. But, are you talking about John Stevens or are you talking about D. Stephen Jones? Okay. AJ Williams, appreciate you. Laura, thank you for jumping in. Michael, appreciate you. As we get a chance to get everybody to get their coffee, to get their favorite spot on the couch, hey, put that ham sandwich down. That's too much wine. It's too early. Put it down. Get it out your mouth. Get it out. Somebody said cut Mazi, cut Deuce. Here we go. Element Prod says Tolbert. Okay, these are the guys that y'all want cut, right? And, oh, my God, I should have started off of saying who's your pet cat. That'll be easier for us to go through. Schoonmaker. Look, Schoon is a guy that will always be that guy that we would say to ourselves, what actually Mike McCarthy was thinking, right? He just forever in that odd, shadowy spot, right? And Schoonmaker, he's the oldest tight end on this team. He's solid to a degree. He don't do anything spectacular. He don't do anything kind of like bad. He's just like in that spot, right? It's like a placeholder. And you won't get much out of him. And I'm not beating him up, but we are to a degree because we know what Ferg can bring to the table. With a healthy situation, we know what Brevin Spanford can bring to the table. But now there's two other guys that can do just a little bit more than what we've seen out of Schoon, and that will be to the degree and to the likings of a Fairweather. Y'all like Fairweather. Oh, my God, y'all like Fairweather. And we've seen a lot from my other guy, Princeton Fant. You can all argue that Princeton Fant, Fairweather, even in these Costco sample size, we see more from them than what we've seen in the total body of work with Schoonmaker. It's just crazy, But, it's crazy indeed. I like Fant. This is Brandy. Shout out to Brandy. I see you. with Fant. Cut all 53 scouts in upper management and start over. This is from DP. Now, I don't think that we are into that particular space, right? Before we go into this, I do have some audio that we're going to play from Schottenheimer. I haven't heard it. You guys may have already heard it. I got virgin ears to it. And also, shout out to Boss Cowboys Sports, or better yet, Boss Show Me, because he's want to be able to drop the Cowboys and show me, right? He had put out a tweet earlier to wish Angie a happy birthday. So in the words of that, happy birthday to Angie. And shout out to Stephen Carroll.
$49.99. Showing some love and helping with the cost. Gonna enjoy the rest of the show while at work.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Oh, yeah.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors.
It's safe to say
I get right to it.
One of your best performances of the preseason?
I was pleased with the way we played. I think
appreciate you, Stephen Carroll. Put
physical,
SC in the chat.
Throughout most of the night, I thought that goal line stand at the end was awesome.
SC in the chat, y'all.
Those guys, some guys.
And happy birthday, Angie.
Drive. Justin Barron was awesome. Elijah Clark did some good things. Again, you guys know I've said it all along. There's nothing.
Elijah.
This is about evaluation.
Clark.
I thought we started really fast. I thought that was great to see. And but again, the biggest thing for us is I think we had some guys show how much they want to be here, and they fought for it, and the film will tell us a little bit more tomorrow. But very competitive, very physical, certainly things to clean up, like in any game, the penalties and things like that.
Yeah.
But, overall, I'm pleased with the performance and the fact that these guys got a victory.
You know what? Now that we got this win, right, and y'all woke up this morning, if you got your coffee, let me know. Do it taste better?
Fred Jeff, $20.
Thank you so much, Fred. Jeff, man, FJ, man, appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. W, man, thank you, man, so much, man. Oh my goodness, y'all taking great care of me today, man. I really appreciate you guys, and I promise you, I'm going to deliver you some content. But let me ask y'all this: when you woke up this morning, don't your coffee taste better? Don't your grits and eggs, put a little cheese in my grits, put a little cheese in mine, but and scramble my eggs hard, if not sunny side up, but don't all of that taste better? Hey, don't burn my toast now, but put a little margarine or a little butter on mine, man, and I can't believe it's butter, you're not butter, whatever, put some of that on top of mine. Yeah, you gotta watch out my cholesterol and all of that stuff. Don't it taste a little bit better, right? Just put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if your food tastes better. And shout out to Seabass, $70 in 10 minutes, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, man. No coffee for you, but what you tea? What you drink? Tea, ice cold, cowboy? No cheese in your grits, man. I like that's Italian grits right there. When you put a little cheese in it. Yeah. Last night motivated me going forward. Energy plug, appreciate you. I guarantee you, we won on behalf of Angie. That's why we won last night. So can we have a birthday every game day for somebody or around those times so that we can have a good feeling, right? Yeah. JV boy says that blunt was more satisfying. Okay, well, hey, yes, indeed. Don't do the whole zip in one setting, okay? You're not Snoop yet, right? All right, real butter. Christopher said, man, give me some real butter. Okay, we get back to the content. Kool-Aid this morning, can you spike it with a little coffee? Put a little hen in mine. Come on.
Thoughts on how Milton played this evening?
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. I think, got off to a good start. He was having fun. He used his legs. That's something that you guys probably saw in the scrimmage over the last couple of days back in Frisco. He was using his legs a little bit more. That was great to see. Beautiful throw to JB on the go ball. And, he looked a lot more comfortable and settled tonight.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. Can you give us an update on Dayton Blue? Number one, is he helped? And you talk about his performance tonight.
Yeah, again, I think, we'll take a look at it. I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think it's going to be anything too bad. Up and down, had some good runs. They were doing a nice job with some of the things that we got. We had a screen that was, I thought had a chance for some more, but you see the talent, you see the acceleration. Wish we could have got him a little bit more. But you're obviously going to be cautious in a situation like this in the last preseason game.
Toughness on the touchdown run, breaking the tackle, that's something he has in his bag.
Absolutely. It was great to see. I thought, we were, 3 for 3 in the red zone. They were, I think,
That's the first time, man, 3 for 3 in the red zone. I love it. Here's what I'm going to take. I'm not cutting Coach off, but I am. Oh, my gosh. We showed. I don't give a dog. We had the Pee Wee boys out there. I'm just glad that when we got into the red zone, it was no fugaziness. It wasn't no we're too cute. A little eyeshadow here and there, a little makeup, a little blush. It don't hurt. But when you cake so much on, you begin to look like a clown, right? And that's been our issue. That's been our problems. That's been our situations. And just by y'all giving me coins, come on over here, London. Come on over here, London. Wave to the camera. Wave to the camera. Wave to the folks. Come on over here. Come on. Yeah. Wave to everybody. Yeah. And what you want for me? Okay. Okay.
I won't get this
oh, Lord. The thief. They robbing me, man. Jeez. All right. All right. Daddy do this never end. Okay.
Are we actually on YouTube?
Yeah. What you got? What you gonna rob me for? Thief! Hey, they over here.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on! Wasting my time now. Come on!
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. Okay, all right. Wait. That's a lot right there. What you gonna do with it? Huh?
It's gonna be really fun.
Okay, all right. Don't answer that door. I know somebody ringing that doorbell, so don't answer that door. Hold on. Y'all watching, I'm getting robbed live, man, while I'm doing my content, man. I'm getting robbed over here.
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
All right, don't spend all that in one spot. All right. I got robbed. It was sticked up.
Thief!
Jeez. All right, man, let me get back to this content, man. See, I was getting robbed, man. Held at
0 for 3,
podcast point.
Defense for getting that stop there late, but yeah, I mean, he had a great touchdown run. Phil Maffa had a great touchdown run, and with some great surge. I'm not going to say tush push, but with some pushing.
Oh, that's what I was getting at. Okay, I was getting at that in this red zone, y'all ain't see nothing. Y'all didn't see that robbery, I was getting robbed over here. They smart. They smart to catch me while I'm busy. And they said, Law, you think you're going through something now, man. Them two girls, as they get older, boy, this all going to be great. You're going to have to get your shotgun ready and everything, but that's okay. All right. Jeez. All right, man. Look, Sadiq, appreciate you so much for your support. That's about it. I broke even then. Appreciate you. Shit. Lord in London here from Auntie Sadiq. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Boy, if we had to lose and then they come in here, get out of here, get out of playing with y'all, I would do that too. All right, so, but when we got into the money zone, red zone, green zone, we didn't do no fugazi stuff. We went and played some real football. We got to give a round of applause to that. It was nothing kind of like crazy when we got inside that red zone there. So
Oh, boy.
I do like that aspect of it, man. And the Dallas Cowboys need to continue to do that against birds, right? We got a bird September the 4th, and I want rotisserie chicken. I want boiled chicken. I want the chicken broth. I want all of the, well, not chicken, but birds, I guess. I want eagles, rotisserie. I know you're not supposed to eat the United States bird, but we're going to feast on that. Yeah. Let's get back to it.
See enough where he's your backup?
Yeah, I think we'll get through these next couple of days, but I thought he played really, really well.
Brian Totter with ESPN. Micah today wasn't wearing his jersey. Everybody else was laying on the table in the middle of the game. Have you had a discussion with him at all of any of that stuff? Does that stuff matter to you?
Yeah, to answer the question, no. I was calling the game, so no, I don't know any of that stuff. But again, at the end of the day, we'll look at the film and we'll talk to everybody involved, and we'll have a great assessment of how we did both on and off the field.
That he will be on the field week 1 against the Eagles.
I do.
John Machota with The Athletic. Have you seen enough from Mazi Smith to know that he's on this roster?
I think Mazi played better tonight. I think, Mazi's the first one. He talked a couple weeks ago about the consistency and wanting to be more consistent. He's a guy that flashes at times, John, and he does some really good things. I thought he had a couple really good rushes today from the inside 2 technique spot and things like that. But again, we've got a very competitive roster. We've got a very competitive D-line group. So that's why we got to go watch this film and take a look at all of it. I'm not being committal really on anybody. It's not just Mazi. I mean, it's, why? I'm not going to do that. Don't have to do that. We've got a couple days to figure this out. And but I thought there were some flashes tonight. Him playing in a third preseason game shows that we wanted to see some things. And he was very comfortable with that, which is great.
Yeah, so to follow up with that, and shout out to Mazi, he had one of his better games last night. And all right, so let's talk about Mazi Smith. Of course, that's him right there in the middle. He goes unblocked. He makes a play here. Granted, a lot of conversations about Mazi. Can he be that one-tech guy? Can he give us 60 snaps, 60 reps? I'm looking at Mazi as a rotational piece, anywhere between 15 to 25. And if the Cowboys can't get another one-tech in the building, then it's going to be a situation and scenario that we may still have a little slight reservations at that spot. Now, granted, if the Cowboys do decide to move and get another one-tech in the building like a veteran to pair up with Mazi, that would be a good situation. Now, Jay Toya, he's here. We all know that the learning curve and the growing pains will be also here with him. So why not, Cowboys? If you're going to hold on to Mazi and continue to develop him, then let's go out and find another guy to pair up with him. If you do decide to keep Mazi for where he's at, then we better hope that a lot of plays like this happen. And granted, this is a damn near good play for Mazi, and I love seeing Mazi getting some positive plays out there on the field. If anybody knows it, he needs it. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the Bass. Go Cowboys. Yes, indeed. So that is Mazi, and I get it. He's been the focal point and the talking points for the last few 3 or 4 weeks now. Do you keep him? Do you move on from him? Do you trade him? What do you do with him? I say that you limit his snaps. You don't have to necessarily get rid of him. He was drafted in the first round. It normally takes 3 to 4 years for interior defensive tackles to get things going. Now, this scheme is a little bit different. He's more of a two-gapper, in my opinion. He's not necessarily a guy that can shoot up field and get things going that way. But I will say this, though, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at everything, it's not like
Angie Rebel Chicken Super Chat. From every Super Chat log gets, I received 2% as well just for today.
Hey,
Pass the collection plate.
Hey, take
Where
the money
them dollars at?
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Shout out to you all. And shout out to you, Angie. If you can, put your Cash App, if you have such, in the chat, and we will try to see if we can swing some things your way as well. Come on with it. Y'all make sure y'all help her out. Yeah, the two laws, right? Two laws at the same time be confusing. Seabass, I feel you, man. I should have hit myself. But here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts on all and everything, ladies and gentlemen. Two things can be true, right? Because the answer that John Machota asked Coach Schottenheimer was a very answer to drive home on a pain point. And if it wasn't any reservation, then he would say, yeah, he's on his team. It's equivalent to asking, is C.D. Lamb is on his team? He wouldn't have to say all of that, right? And C.D. Lamb wouldn't have to play all of that. So that's some inside information. It's like you got to listen to the response of it all, and that's what we're seeing. All right, so Angie, it's $ Angie chick. Okay, y'all make sure y'all send it to that. And you got to have 2 X's, not 1, because you send it to 1 X, somebody else getting it. Okay, so that's for what it is. Shout out to her on her birthday. All right.
And, 2 receivers in particular, Ryan Flanoy, Jalen Brooks. What did you like about them today?
Yeah, I thought Flo ran a couple really good routes. He had a hard inside leverage press corner on a slant that we hit on a 3rd down. I thought that was really, really good. Took a shot on another one, stayed up, got a few yards after the catch, and JB, the go ball. He had a catch like that the other day in the first, I think it was Tuesday night at the Frisco practice in front of the fans, where he kind of laid out to go make a play. And it was great to see both those guys step up. And like we said, that's a very, very competitive room. So we'll go back and we'll talk through a lot of different things and kind of see where the dust settles.
Tommy Yarsh, DallasCowboys.com. You've preached physicality throughout the entire offseason. I know you weren't satisfied the first 2 games. Do you feel like your team was better there tonight?
I felt like that. Step forward, for sure. I think anytime you rush for, I think we rushed for 4-point-something yards per carry, and they got some yards on us late. We were playing a little bit soft. But yes, I thought we had 2 good practices, Tommy, on Wednesday. Or
Darren
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Posey,
They were very physical.
$5. My
and, I
birthday
thought we
is
took a
September
step in the
5th.
right.
Let's get this dub on the 4th.
Oh yeah, shoot. Well, we winning, DP. We winning. September the 4th, we are winning. And the 5th, we all going to be drinking the 5th with DP, man. Yes, indeed. For whatever beverage of choice. Yes, indeed. And it's going to be this little light of ours. We're going to let it shine, and we're going to shine all the way through into the Giants week, okay? And this is the reason why these first 2 games are very important. And we got to understand that, right? The first 2 games are very, very, very important due to the simple fact that these are divisional games, and we got to stay afloat. We will be moving in quicksand, or we'll be moving nowhere if we fool around. And we're going to get back to what he said about that. But DP, I really appreciate you, man, so I can't wait to see your birthday. and birthday and victory and all of this stuff. So when we start talking about this, winning here and losing here is not what we looking for. Now, granted, I would take a W anyway. And shout out to you, Michael. Thank you so much for your Cash App support, man. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for your support. I saw you just send a Cash App. Thank you. So that's why it's necessary. It is flat out necessary for us to win here and win here. That's just my bottom line. I refuse to lose here and to lose it. Oh my God, man, that's crazy. It's too much of a hole that we'll be in. But if we fool around and lose here, it's a must win here, right? It's how it goes. So just my thoughts and my rationale of it all, win here, right? Those are two divisional games. You want to win those at all costs. So I think that if we can get things moving and grooving, it will be in the right direction for us heading into the 2025 season. And I do love that W here. We feasting on birds, baby. Yes, indeed. Bird gang all day. We going to be eating them.
Right direction.
And then I know it's a preseason game, but nonetheless, your first win as an NFL head coach, how does it feel?
It doesn't faze me. I don't want this one necessarily. I mean, I'll take it for the guys, but my eyes are already on Philadelphia.
Yes! Did y'all hear that, Gilla Monsters? Ooh, did y'all hear that cold-blooded response? Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah.
Spartan!
What is your profession?
What is your profession?
Don't mean much to me. That was for the players. I'm focused on Eagles. He didn't say 2025, entirety of the season, singular Eagles. Man, my goodness, man, I love that.
Saudis of The Athletic. Brian, this preseason, how was it for you in terms of getting the head coaching reps that you were looking for throughout this?
I think it's important. I think you learn the flow, of how things go and kind of where to stand so you can stay involved with, potential challenges. I didn't lose a challenge tonight, so that's a good thing. So I'm still 0 for 2. I guess I'm saving mine for the regular season.
Yeah.
I think the officials were, not wanting to have
Don't
me
get
challenge
fined.
any, and they really didn't want to deal with that. So, and Raheem didn't either. So, but all in all, each game has been a little bit more comfortable. I won't lie. I mean, there's things I'm figuring out, the different patterns of when officials come up and talk to you, different timeouts and things like that.
Listen.
But I'm definitely finding my flow of how I can get the information I need as the play caller, but stay involved in what's going on with the defense and make the decisions I have to make. And, again, I think that's the best thing for first-time head coaches is you work through some of the kinks in your communication, lines of communication. And I thought, I definitely got more comfortable with some of the ways that we communicate on game day.
All right. Do y'all like that transparency? I'm going to read y'all comments. Do y'all like a coach being transparent? Even though I said, 2 weeks ago, I'm like, hey, don't forget, this is a preseason for him, too. He got to get in rhythm. And we were so, saying, hey, he need to be already on the good foot, right? But sometimes after a loss, you don't say those things, right? But after a win, you can be a little bit more transparent and say, hey, let me be real with y'all. This is my first time doing this, man. Yeah. This is a good situation. I just want to know if you guys are okay with transparency. Put a T in the chat, man, because I would rather for someone to tell me the truth than lie to me. You don't have to lie to Luke Kane. Just tell me, man, dog, man, here's some spearmint. Why you give me the spearmint? Man, your breath is kicking. Okay. Now how do I sound and but you smelling, right? So if I got a booger in my nose, I got something in my beard, I would rather for you guys to just tell me straight up. Don't be sitting around here lying to kick it or lying to Luke Kane. I do like the transparency that he is saying. Knowing when the aficionados is coming to talk to him, knowing where to be at on the sideline, knowing when to make the absolute adjustments, and being here for 30 years. He's been coaching for 30 years, still learning. Transparency, man. Yeah. I don't like none of that stuff that people come into a situation saying that they all knowing, right? Come into a room knowing that they need help and tell you straight to your face, man, I don't need you, no, I don't need this, I don't need that. That arrogant stuff, man, we don't need that. Yeah. Brandon says, Law, you got hair in your beard. Appreciate you. That transparency. Morale says, just tell me, man, you know. Yeah. And ladies, y'all be real. Brandon, be real with folks. Yeah, you going on a date with Smooth and he buying all of this, taking you out to eat. Just be real. Say, hey, I'm just using you for this good quick meal. I ain't really into you like that. I'm just messing with you, Brandon. I know you wouldn't do no fellow like that. But yeah, just make sure that y'all be transparent with folks. Yeah.
What have you learned about how you have to moderate between your responsibilities as the offensive coach and play caller, and B, the defense and, everything on that side of the ball as well?
Well, I think, that's the job of the head coach. And I think, the fact that we have a terrific offensive and defensive staff allows me to where I don't have to look and sit and stare at every different thing that goes on. I get great feedback from different people. I'm on the headset every time that, they go over to defense, and constantly in communication with Flus and those guys. And, again, it's multitasking, but it's what you do. And I think, again, a lifetime in football definitely makes it a little bit easier for me. I've been on headsets really my entire life, going back to the days of holding my dad's headset, and wearing a headset at Florida for Coach Spurrier. But it's a cool thing to sit there and just hear the flow of the game. I was really, really proud of ourselves today with the takeaways. We really had 3. One got called back because we were, took our helmet off. We got to be better with that. There was a couple of discipline things that we'll address and talk about, And then, but the goal line stand counts as one. And then, of course, it's the first game we didn't turn it over. So I think, again, how does the score get the way it gets? It's because of, the ball.
Yeah. Tim Kalishaw, Dallas Morning News. How comfortable are you with kind of the unknown of today's NFL, starters basically not playing, and then specifically the running game?
Hold on, let me stop it right here. I hope that, some of the people that's looking for a certain image, and I'm not calling out a certain segment of people, I hope that they are not trying to get to him, right? I still want him to be himself, right? And I'm just me being transparent. Like the Colin Cowter, said that, hey, man, be professional. Make your hat forward, right? And I'm looking at him now, and the first 2 losses could have waned on him a little bit, right? Even though he said he's focusing on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just paying attention to his body mechanics, his hat, the way he got it. Normally he have his hat to the back. Man, be you, bro. Be you, bro. But I get it. There will be some segment of people to say, hey, keep that hat forward, man. Be professional, man. Your dad wouldn't want you to be like this out there. And they put words and they put that on your consciousness. But I really want him to put the middle finger up to those who try to be like a stick in the mud and continue to be him. But we'll let him pass for today. But if he stay laser focused in on interviews like this, and then okay. But overall, I still want him to be serious about himself and don't bend and fold to the rulings of someone else. That's all I'm going to say with that.
How do you feel like you have a handle on what kind of running game you have with guys doing as little as they did?
Yeah, again, Tim, I think, a lot of it is the information is gathered through practice. We show a lot in practice. We don't show a lot in preseason. I've made reference to the 7-iron. It was a 7-iron and 8-iron tonight. But I do think that, we have a good identity of what we're going to be and understand kind of with our players how the scheme fits what we're doing and how we're going to marry things up. That's a huge part of it, Tim, is how you marry your runs and your action passes and things like that. And I think we have a really good feel for that. But in today's day and age, you don't need to necessarily show things. And again, I've talked about it before. It's a philosophy. A lot of guys want to play their guys, and that's fine. But again, I'd like to be in a controlled environment going against our defense and having them go against us and not showing the world kind of who we're going to be.
Okay.
Coach Sydney Staples, D210 Sports. How much is a player peaking here at the end of preseason? How much does that weigh on you and move the needle at all when you're making that initial 53-man roster?
It's part of it. I think you see trends with players all the time, especially young players, because they're learning, they're trying to figure things out in the beginning, then they're out in Oxnard and they're going through practice, and the pace is different and the pads come on and that gets a little bit different. But, this is a cumulative thing where we go back and from the minute they got here, I'm talking about young players and even new players. From the minute they got here, we've been evaluating them, and we've been evaluating them as players, as people, how they process information, how they handle information overload, how they take information from the meeting room to the field. And so the preseason is one of those tools that we use to evaluate, but we're not going to, look at tonight's game and say, okay, this has extra weight. It doesn't. We're going to go back and make the decisions based on, okay, let's go back to OTA 1. Let's go back to training camp practice 5. Let's go against the scrimmage against the Rams. And did this player continue to show up and do things the right way? I think things got sloppy late. We need to look at that, because, again, you can't shoot yourselves in the foot and win in this league. You can't have the discipline penalties that we have, and we'll address those.
No doubt. Shout out to my guy at Orlando show. Be sure to check him out as well. He mentioned several things about this. And to hear Schottenheimer echo some of the things that he mentioned in a piece, just go to his show or go to his Twitter or X app or Instagram, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's similar things that I can co-sign with. Schottenheimer just said about 2 minutes ago, and I didn't want to stop it because I wanted to hear the full cadence of his thought track with this. I show a lot in practice. I don't show a lot in preseason. Then it hit me. Those are two different teams. Like when we was in Oxnard, they do a lot. And I'm going to hush my mouth, because they do a lot with the way the alignment of Cavante Turpin, the way we saw that George Pickens was moving around, motion around. And on top of that, Joe Milton looked entirely different in practice versus the game. Now, that's all strategy, right? And all I'm going to say is that week 1, Philly don't have a single clue of what to look at. I'll behoove if you are an Eagles guy and you may want to listen to this interview, but that's not going to help you at this point. It's too late. This team is going to be entirely different from what we've seen out there in preseason. But I'm going to tell you, in practice, not the game, practice, they do a lot of things differently. And I do like the way he evaluated, or he's going to evaluate these players. It's not what you're going to do in these 3 preseason games that can save you. It's what you're going to do during the OTAs, training camp. Did you really hustle and bustle, right? It's what we call the integrity, right? The integrity is what you do when no one else is watching. But what if I told you people been watching you and you have no clue? So you thinking that you getting grade off of what you did last night. No, lo and behold, we knew what you was doing in those other reps. Week 2 of training camp. Week 3 of Oxnard. I love that.
Noah?
Dallas. Coach, we caught up with your family before the game. Your mom specifically very proud of you. What does that mean to have her in attendance and kind of a full circle moment to be on the field today?
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I think, hey, look, at the end of the day, I think she's proud of me no matter what. She was proud of me last week when we lost. She was proud of me the week before when we lost. She was proud of me when I got fired in Seattle. But look, I'm all about family. I think my family is everything to me. I've talked to you guys about it before. To me, it's 3 things: my faith, my family, and football. And again, having them around and supporting me is something so special for me. And what makes it even better is she gets it. She's sat in stadiums for really over probably 50 years, and so she gets it. So she's a great sounding board, just like my wife is, and I'm blessed to have two people like my wife and my mom that I can talk to about not just football but life.
You ever get used to Brandon Aubrey?
It's kind of a weapon. When I said to Joe, "Hey Joe, we basically need about 10 yards to get in the field goal range,"
Yeah,
and he was like, "What?" I was like,
"Yeah."
So no,
yeah,
you really don't. But it was great to get him that kick in the preseason, and again, it was cool to come out in the second half and do the double dip, which we've talked about, where you execute the 2-minute drive, you get in the field goal range, you get the kick, and then we talked about at halftime that we got the ball first, and that was part of the plan. We thought we could start fast by deferring and putting the defense out there, and we did that, and then to be able to double dip in the second half was good to see.
Third down, were you thinking field goal at that point, or you were just trying to, I know you always think ahead in those situations.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so hold on before you go into that. So we know what kind of mentality he will have. We know that now. Shotty gonna always defer. He win the kick, he win the coin toss, defer. He want the ball in the second half, and we can use that as a ploy anytime and every time. So we know, we learning too. We learning too. So if we ever win the coin toss, we deferring. We get the ball in the second half because of Brandon Aubrey. You just never know. In the 2-minute drill at the end of the second quarter, right before the second quarter expire, he want the ball back. At least you know for sure. All you got to do is get halfway, and you got 3 points in the bag, right? So he's playing that type of 3D chess. We picking up tendencies. Yeah. So if you try to look at Shotty, he's going to be in between Pete Carroll and his daddy, Marty Ball, right? So he's in between, and from a personality trait, maybe Daniel Quinn. But I'm trying to figure him out, but I'm looking at this particular situation. This man got a reason to why he's going to try to play the ball game. Whereas I'm not beating up Mike McCarthy, but I am. Like, he would be the type of person, Mike McCarthy, I would never forget, I think even in that Cincinnati game, all we had to do, it was 5 minutes left on the clock. We right there near the goal. We right there near the field goal range. Why are you passing the ball? Why are you saving clock? Why are you saving time for the opposition? Run that ball. Be methodical on your drives. But that's a whole nother. I'm glad he's gone. But at the end of the day, I like a forward-thinking coach that's looking down the line and saying, this is what I'm trying to do, y'all. I know I got 3 points in the bag. Or if we get into that goal line, red zone, money zone, green zone, that's okay. If we can't punch it in traditionally, then my defense going to get a safety. Because we going for it, all 4 rips, man. Right here, we right there at the one. You're going to bang it in there. That's what he's going to do. Old school, traditional.
I think we got into a little bit of a longer situation. I don't remember it exactly, Calvin, but, at one point it was kind of more with the time and stuff. We were kind of playing for the field goal. And, I thought Joe did a nice job managing that and handling that. And we had a drop, I remember, on a slant. I think Trayshawn had a drop that, he'd love to have back that we were trying to get up there and kind of clock it. But, again, I thought Joe did some really nice things tonight. I'm excited to watch the film, and we're tough graders when it comes to quarterbacks. But I thought he looked, like I said, way more comfortable tonight.
He did.
He's healthy? Because I noticed he didn't.
Yeah, he got dinged up a little bit on his shoulder, but I think he's fine. Correct.
Brian, on Blue, opening kickoff, he makes a tackle for a rookie running back who, I don't know how much special teams he played. Does that, he can run and do some things, but I think he had a good pass protection on that first drive as well. Is that the stuff that stands out more to you guys when you're thinking of how you're putting your roster together?
It's a great point. I mean, we know he can run. We've all seen him run. I think he's got some work to do on the kick return stuff. Almost got us a safety on that one, but so again, I screw stuff up all the time. So I think, but yeah, he did. He came across on a blitz. They were in little diamond front, and so he had to come across. Great job on the blitz pickup. Saw the tackle on special teams. So, yeah, when you see that stuff for a young player like that to do things he's never done, that gets you excited as a coach.
The end of half scenario, all calling the timeouts leading into that, and obviously having the timeout in your pocket to have the field open to you. Is that the stuff you're going back and forth with Peter on during that?
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Feeder, he does not get enough credit. He has obviously been doing it for a long time with Mike, and again, going back to Green Bay. But what I love about Feeder is, he's just so calm, and he's I get worked up a little bit on the sidelines. I'm an emotional guy. I like energy and juice, but
I do
got
too.
The ability when I hear his very soft and subtle tone, it's very relaxing for me. So he does a great job, and again, we talk about it all the time. I mean, we practice those things. And
you know what I love? I'm glad he said that, because even though, let me just pull y'all comments up. Even though Forty Smith says a lot of chewing the water. Yeah, swishing around in my teeth, man. Making sure all of the coconut water is getting good for me. Keep my skin smooth, man. Keep the skin smooth, man. You gotta keep your skin smooth, man. Coconut water. That's all we wanted in that Green Bay Packer game, is to see someone that cares. I know we wanted to win. Don't get me wrong. But we getting the doors blown off of us at the crib. And everybody had that bland face, not the run, but everybody had like that stale face on them. Like nobody can ball their face up. Everybody like, this is the part of the program. Like they've been MK Ultra or something. They was like, and that's not the key there. That's definitely not the key there. We wanted some type of emotions. We wanted to see somebody get mad, throw something, a napkin or something, throw a fit, punch the wind, make sure you punch the air or something. So I do love the fact that this brother said, hey, I was emotional.
And practice is supposed to make it perfect. It's not always perfect, but I do think that we took a positive step in that direction tonight.
Yeah.
Hilton Henderson, Gilmer Mirror. Brian, we've already talked about all the good things that you did. You got a lot of tape to look at. Do you feel like the performances of some of these guys that were on the bubble tonight, this did more to help you make that decision, or does it just make it tougher with the cut down coming Tuesday?
I think it's going to be tough. I really do. I think it's going to be tough. Why? Because I think we're a talented roster, and we've got some really, well, I would say, very competitive position battles, and there's numbers, and when you're looking at a 53-man roster, you're like, man, okay, where are you going to fit these guys? And there were some guys that I thought stepped up tonight that made a great statement saying what they wanted to do. Elijah Clark's a guy that's missed some time. He stepped up and did some great things tonight. So it's supposed to be hard, and it's supposed to be.
That's what she said. I'm just messing with
very long conversations.
I need to grow up. I need to mature.
And back and forth, and this is why you don't hire yes men on your staff.
How?
You
what?
Have people that'll be like, hey, I don't see it that way. Okay, well, why?
What? This should have 1 million views. Did y'all hear what he said? I'm sitting here playing around. He talking some real stuff, man. Oh, my gosh, man. What? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? 40 said, yes, sir. Did somebody else hear that? What? Did y'all hear that? I got to rewind, y'all. I'm going to run that back, man. No Scott McCurley's. No Jeff Blasco's. Oh, my gosh, man. Scott told Zine Lean Kazine, man, he trying to win, man. He ain't trying to hire. Hey, man, hey, Shotty, man, I went to school with you back in 94. He like, I don't give a dog. Let me hear this, man. Hear him out.
On the bubble tonight, this did more to help you make that decision, or does it just make it tougher with the cut down coming Tuesday?
I think it's going to be tough. I really do. I think it's going to be tough. Why? Because I think we're a talented roster, and we've got some really, well, I would say, very competitive position battles. And there's numbers, and when you're looking at a 53-man roster, you're like, man, okay, where are you going to fit these guys? And there were some guys that I thought stepped up tonight that made a great statement saying what they wanted to do. Elijah Clark's a guy that's missed some time, and he stepped up and did some great things tonight. So it's supposed to be hard, and it's supposed to be require very long conversations and hard conversations and back and forth. And this is why you don't hire yes men on your staff. You want people that'll be like, hey, I don't see it that way. Okay, well, why? And those are the same type of conversation we have with Will and Steven and Jerry, and then we make a decision that's in the best interest of the Cowboys.
I'm clipping this, and we're going to put it out for everyone to hear, man. Yeah. Tozine, Lean Kazine, Blasco's, and McCurley's going to be like, hey, man, you better stop messing with my money flow, Law. Yeah, I'm messing up all of that money flow. Because, last year we hired a gang of yes men. Yes, boss, Yeah. Come wipe it. Come wipe my backside. Yes, boss. Yeah. Come clip my toenails. Yes, boss. No. You got some people to say, man, you out your mind, man. They finna do that. Yeah. Now we got that in the building. Shotty, you have gained a level. From 5.5, I now move you. Just based off of that statement. I haven't seen the results yet. But based off of you speaking to an existence, 7.5. Shotty is now 7.5 with me. 7.5. No. 6.5. 6.5. From 5.5, I gotta give him 7.5. That's too grace. All right, too much grace. 6.5. 6.5. I move my meter up to from 5.5 to 6.5. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you guys putting Schottenheimer? I want to know where you guys putting Schottenheimer at on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest. I had him at 5.5, but just by him saying that, I thought about 7, but I said, I'm being too nice. I got to see him at least week 1. 6.5. Ice Cold says 7.5. Nah, Seabass said, nah, I got to see the regular season, 5.5. Keep it at a 5.5. Burleson said 3. 6.5. Matt Batten says 8. Okay. Hey, I don't give a damn what anybody say. After week 1, depending on what we look like, shoot, I might go a whole 10, but right now, 6.5. Okay, 6.5. All right, come on, Shotty. Come on with it. Yeah, he have gained some few points with me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's listen.
Already.
One more. I'm sorry.
One more.
My apologies. I'm sorry. The plan for Booker was not to play tonight.
Correct.
And as you went on, you decided not to play Thomas tonight. That was also part of the plan, too.
Correct.
Okay. Make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He did get taken out on one of the there was a gunner that got booked, but he's fine. So he did have contact tonight. Yeah, he had some contact tonight.
Shit. Hey. Schottenheimer, man.
We practice those things, and practice is supposed to make it perfect. It's not always perfect, but I do think that we took a positive step in that direction tonight.
Hilton Henderson, Gilmer Mirror. Brian, we've already talked about all the good things that you did. You got a lot of tape to look at. Do you feel like the performances of some of these guys that were on the bubble tonight, this did more to help you make that decision, or does it just make it tougher with the cut down coming Tuesday?
I think it's going to be tough. I really do. I think it's going to be tough. Why? Because I think we're a talented roster, and we've got some really, well, I would say, very competitive position battles, and there's numbers, and You know, when you're looking at a 53-man roster, you're like, man, okay, where are you going to fit these guys? And
listening
there were
again,
some guys that I thought stepped up tonight that made a great statement saying what they wanted to do. Elijah Clark's a guy that's missed some time, you know, and he stepped up and did some great things tonight. So it's supposed to be hard, and it's supposed to be
clip this, y'all.
Require very long conversations and hard conversations and back and forth, and this is why you don't hire yes men on your staff. You know, you want people that'll be like, hey, I don't see it that way. Okay, well, why? And those are the same type of conversation we have with Will and Steve.
It's at the 15:52 marker. Okay, so we gonna chop that one up. Joseph Hoyt, my guy Joe, he states he talked with James Houston, Deuce Vaughn, and Jalen Brooks about what the next few days are like for a player on the roster bubble. It's a bad feeling. So Houston performed well, but we got Wheat, who's performed pretty well too. And I like the way that the staff of Shotty says they're looking at total body of work. And if we're looking at the entirety of these type of things, hold on, let me see, boom, 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 boom. Okay, Michael Parsons had respect for the teammates. Okay, it's just a statement. Okay, Michael Parsons made the other day, okay, via a tweet, so it's nothing new. Shout out to Calvin Watkins. He just posted something about Michael Parsons. Okay, so with that being said, you got Dak, Joe. I'm just try to run through this real quickly. But before we go through this, you want to be in style, right? You want to be able to be fresh this particular off season, in which heading into the season and the weather is still warm. So you want to be able to look to part. Let me tell you who you need to reach out to, especially when it's time to look fresh. Let's talk about high quality. And I'm talking about fabric. And that's what Chubby's brings to the table. As you can see, it's chilling. You know, it's cool. It's always been in a great spot and a great moment. With Chubby's, they got the high quality fabric that will keep you cool and dry no matter what. And on top of that, when you think of it, for a limited time, Chubby's will give you 20% off of your order when you use the exclusive code LAW, L-A-W. So at chubbysshorts.com, check us out and dive in there and get your 20% off with Chubby's. Use promo code LAW. That's www.chubbysshorts.com. You will enjoy, I guarantee. And then with that, with the original stretch materials like they have with shorts, you will feel comfortable as well as with the shirt and beyond. So check out Chubby's, use promo code LAW, and check out that to get 20% off of any of your purchases. Let's go. Feel comfortable, feel smooth with high quality fabric with Chubby's. No doubt, no doubt. So be sure to check out our partners, man, Chubby's, and get your 20% off on all or any of the things that you would like to desire to wear. Check out their website. Good content as far as their material and stuff like that. So be sure to hit them up and then use promo code LAW. I mean, that's the easiest promo code you can always use. I don't care where you guys are at. Just plug in LAW, you know. So you can be at Walmart, you can be at Payless, you can be at Targets. Man, when you go in there and say, hey, man, I want to use promo code LAW. They're like, wait a minute. So as we continue to grind to shine, I just want to be able to look at this list right here, and we're going to try to rush through this one and see who we're going to cut, right? I think that you can live without. You can live without Will, okay? And I like Will Greer. I think you can live without him, and you can move on. I get it. We can roll with two quarterbacks. In the event, if one goes down, you elevate the other, and then you can have Will Greer as emergency quarterback. But what will happen here, and I know it's a very, 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 quicksand type of conversation when we talk about quarterbacks, but that is the situation that we have to be aware of. Dak Prescott been in the league since 2016, so he's going into his 10th season. So let's not think that he's a spring chicken around here, right? We do know that they love Javonte Williams, right? Miles Sanders, by them not putting him out there, I think that with Shotty, he's going with veterans, right? We can stretch out Malik Davis. Even though I would love to give Malik Davis an opportunity and a chance. So, bubble guys, that's Deuce Vaughn. I think Phil Maffa made and put a big stamp on this particular team. He'll be a surprise cut to me, right? So, I'm looking at it from that aspect of it. And I think that the Cowboys literally need to consider what they're going to do with the two veteran guys versus the two new guys. Now, Jadon Blue, according to Coach, he will be okay. But this is a situation whereas that is right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on his team, and they're going with 4, 5 running backs, right? So that's a lot of running backs. Oh, my gosh, it's a lot of running backs. But it's going to be hard. All right, so he goes to injury reserve designated to return. I think the Trayshawn Holden, they're going to try to release him to bring back to the practice squad with hopes of telling him, Josh Kelly gone too, with hopes of telling him, hey, we looked out for you first. We want you here, right? But you got to work with us, right? Until things work out, until we figure out what Jalen Tolbert looked like, just hang around for a second, man. The season is long, not short. I think Jalen Crawford is out of here, right? All right, so now who we got? We got Lamb, Pickens, Tolbert, Turpin, Flanoy, and Brooks. That's who they're going to roll with. I think that Brooks got 9 lives, and that's just the reality of it. All right, when we start talking about tight ends, there's no case for John Stevens. I campaigned for him hard, but hey, it's a situation that they may bring him back for the practice squad looks, right? Neville, he practice squad candidate. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Salute to his storyline. So this is a very difficult room. And if he said no, yes, man, then I would consider taking a real good look at Schoonmaker being out of the picture. If I'm running this team, he will be one of those surprise cuts. But I get it. I get it. The Cowboys going to keep Schoonmaker and Ferguson. And lo and behold, this is going to be a hard situation for me, man. Fairweather going to end up going to somebody's team and just going to be a situation for us. Greer going to come back, Marvin, but they're going to put him on that emergency pitch count. Keep in mind, he was on the Eagles last year, right? But he wasn't the backup quarterback. He was somewhere on the deep back end of the roster. So that's the same thing we're going to do with him. I think Will Greer got a good situation for us, man. He's a real good scout quarterback and these sorts of things. It's going to be hard, y'all. When we start to think about Princeton Fant, I saw that block down the field. I said, man, you got to figure out a way to keep Princeton Fant. But remember what he said. We are not grading just off of preseason, and we're looking at total body of work. Brevin Span 4 gave you a lot of that. And Princeton Fant, dang, he good. 85 and 45 are good, but I think that they're going to try to bring them guys back to the 53-man roster. Well, bring them guys back on the practice squad. The only reason why you go with these 3 and Hunter Luepke is because Hunter can give you a little bit more in the backfield, and that's why he's safe in this particular model here, right, Cowboy Nation? And D-Block, I'm keeping. You know what? D-Block, you're right. We going off of the tendencies of what the Cowboys going to do. Now, we can't do another one. What I would do, right? What I would do would be a whole lot different. But I'm predicting what the Cowboys going to do based off of what they normally do, right? Now, if the Cowboys shake up the room like that, bro, and say, okay, Schoon, you gone. Jalen Brooks, you gone. We trading Jalen Tolbert. We no longer the Cowboys. Shoot, we no longer the Cowboys. We are the Dallas Cowboys at this point. If they do that, but right now we just the Cowboys, right? We ain't the Dallas Cowboys. If they start doing that, right? If they do that, then that's a whole nother conversation. If all of a sudden we hear like, hey, I get it. These guys look pretty good in preseason, but it's not enough to move the needle here and there, and we looking to change up. Where my button at? I'm looking for my button. Yeah. We looking to change up here and there. Breaking news, the Cowboys now trading for Breece Hall and all of that. Man, that's a different team. But I'm trying to go off of what the Cowboys going to do. And the Cowboys going to do something similar to this. And I hope I'm wrong too, by the way. Yeah. So that's why I'm looking at it from this aspect of it. And I agree. Fairweather's nice. And Preston Fant, he's a better blocker to me. He got better upsides than Schoonmaker to me. Both of these guys are athletic. Brevin Span 4 is nice. If y'all see this kid with some opportunities, especially with QB1, we'll have a whole different tune, right? But that's a whole nother conversation. All right, so Hunter Luepke, he's on his team. They better figure out a way to keep Hunter. I think Hunter is nice for us. All right, so they're going to keep Johnny Cornelius, right? They're going to keep Terrence Steele. No, let me do it this way again. Let me mark out the people that they're going to erase. All right. Nick, he gone. Broker. Jerryon or whoever, Christian, he gone. Hakeem Adenadinje, how have you seen that? A dirty DJ. Yeah, boy, I'm tearing up that man's name. Maybe he's gone. Sadiq Charles, designated to return. I think that he will figure out a way because he's a veteran. These are your 5 guys right here. They are office furniture. They're not going anywhere, right? Nate Thomas, he's here. TJ Bass, he's here. Brock Hoffman, Sadiq Charles, Awesome Richards. Why they got him down here twice? TJ Bass, I don't have no clue. It's how many offensive linemen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who's the odd man out? Okay, they're going to get rid of Sadiq Charles then. So it's going to be these 5 guys, Nate, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you go with 11 offensive linemen. Do anybody got any pushback on these offensive linemen? Hakeem is making his team? Okay. Who you cutting? You cutting Awesome? All right. So I got one kickback. Big Sar says, Hakeem. Who we cutting? Because that's going with 12 offensive linemen. Who we cutting? I don't see. TJ Bass is a little bit more valuable in my opinion, even though I get with the Hakeem. But I just don't see. And La'el Collins got some sponsors in the building. Cut Awesome Richards. No, don't cut Awesome Richards. Okay. So yeah, Hakeem. Hakeem. My son works. They just drafted a Johnny Cornelius. They drafted him, so they're not finna cut a guy right now that they just drafted. And it's not like a Johnny Cornelius been terrible. He's been making some good plays. All right, so you can sacrifice La'el Collins to the practice squad. Hakeem can play both positions, so it's between Hakeem and La'el Collins. I'm just saying, La'el got some big sponsors in the building. La'el's going to the practice squad. Y'all all agreeing that La'el, okay, so I'm cutting him to the practice squad. And then we going to just rearrange the furniture. Rearrange the furniture right here. Okay, so we cutting Lyle Collins and we bringing Hakeem in. Okay. They're scrambling and scraping for real. So how many offensive players we got all together? Let's count. Let's do the countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 guys. 27 guys on offense. Okay, that's so y'all, that's 27. That's my best way of drawing 27 on here. Okay, so we're going to erase. We're going to erase. Keep that number in your head, y'all. Keep that number in your head. Okay, this is where it's very difficult. This is where I should have had somebody, another content creator, to help me out with this. Help me, all right? But we got who I'm cutting and who the Cowboys may cut. I'm just going to try to go through this. Peyton Turner, he's gone. I don't think that he showed us enough, man. And we love the project of trying to reclaim him and get him back to speed, but I think that you cut Peyton Turner. I think you cut Peyton Turner. You got Tyrus Wheat versus James Houston. You got Denzel Daxon. I think you cut Denzel, not Washington. I think you cut Ernest Brown. Oh, wait, and hold on. Let me make that line a little bit better. You cut Ernest. All right, let me see. Oh, it is difficult. That defense, boy. We gone since you been gone. Weak, not thin. He gone, right? It's a toss-up between him and James Houston. And I think that James showed us a little bit more pass rush, but Tyrus Wheat is a little bit better on stopping the run, in my opinion, playing containment. And even though I'm a little biased with James Houston, I just think that, that's difficult, all right? Mazi, Jay, those are your two big boys. Perrion, I think that he finds himself on this team. The difficult thing is, and I made a case for like rookies to be here, but you haven't seen Tommy. Aking Bisote, have you said that man's name? Maybe he could be your first cut from that aspect. Justin Barron, he's gone. This is difficult, y'all. This is so terribly difficult. Harris gone. DeMarvion Overshawn, IR designated to return. Robert Rochelle, oh my God, Mama Rochelle, I love him. I love you, but hey, your son, he gonna get the axe, okay? Even though he caught that INT, he missed that big tackle on that 35 or 45-yard run. That hurt him. IR for Trayvon Diggs. Believe it or not, that damn booth is safe. He's in the safe booth. All right. Ooh, this defense is hard. Michael, you gone. IR designated to return for Josh Butler. Man, I'm sacrificing C.J. Goodwin, man. Some of these young guys showed me something, man. I'd rather have Elijah Clark versus the C.J. Goodwin, and I can teach Elijah Clark, man, go down there and make that play on special teams, man. Mike Smith, he's gone. Oh, but it's hard. All right, so Damone Clark versus Buddy Johnson. Yeah, my God, man. Buddy Johnson, man, you my buddy, man. Oh, my gosh, you my buddy. They can't cut Booth right now. You're right. All right, so we got 27 guys, right? Let's count and see where we at as far as numbers. Help me out, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That gives us too many. That's 57. 30 plus, 57. 57. Can we just have a 60-man roster? All right. They going to cut Izzy. That's 56. That Carson is a dang in the way, man. Because remember, those other guys on IR, they can be returned. They don't have to go against the 53-man roster. Who else? I think you keep Marquise Bell over Clark, right? Right? So they cut Elijah Clark. That's 55. Who didn't give me anything? Hold on. Brandon Aubrey, these guys right here are safe. So that brings it. Okay, so 56, 57, 58. Okay, I'm back at 58. I got 58 people right now. Sorry, I got 58 people right now. Oh, my God. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Buddy, come on, man. Look, man, I love you, man. I'm going to bring you back, man. I promise you, man. I got you, man. Oh, my God. I keep Buddy over Booth any day. But they might cut James, though, when you really think about it. -1. That's 57. Buddy, if you cut Buddy, damn, man, that hurt me right there, man. That's 56. Yeah, Troy, he caught an INT, had another INT. All right, I'm at 56, man. I'm at 56, man. I'm stuffed, man. I'm stuffed. Oh, all right. Y'all help me out with this. I'm at 56. I'm at 56. Where do I go right here, man? I'm at 56, man. I'm stuck, y'all. I'm literally stuck right here. Keeping Sandburn hurts us. Keeping Murray hurts us. But it probably help us down the stretch because I need for my young boys, like, I'm at 56, man. I ain't going to touch no more, man. I can't do it. I definitely can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm stuck. I'm at 56 guys. I don't have a 53-man roster. I got a 56, 57. Bell over Clark, yes. Pride and Booth in a heartbeat. But we got that injury designated to return. So when we look back at this, when we literally look back at this, and we go over the numbers, somebody else going to get cut when you return Diggs and when you return Overshown. Those are and Josh Butler. You going to have to cut somebody to bring them back on. And I can help you out right now. It's the battle that I don't want to do. Keemon Hall versus Zion Childress. Right? One of these guys not going to make it. I already etched out Izzy. That hurt. But if I cut Zion, that keep us still at 55. If I cut Keymon, that still keep us at 55. And you can't get rid of both of them. You don't have a single nickel on this team outside of these three guys that can play that role. Troy can try to play it, but he literally get lost in space with two-way goals. Y'all said bye, Keymon? All right, so now we at 55. We had 55 guys. I got to report to 53 by the end of the day on Tuesday. On August the 26th, I got 3 more days. I got to have 53 guys on this team. If not, we'd be fined and sanctioned and lose draft picks. Cut Booth Law? You ain't lying. Like, damn. But Booth is ahead of Troy Pride, though. Just to be real, man. And even though we don't like Booth, it's a situation that Troy still didn't give us what Booth gave us. And Troy is more of a smaller DB that should be playing inside the slot, but he have issues with that. I know what y'all saying. Cut Mazi, man. That's what y'all feeling, right? Y'all can cut Mazi, Lord. That's 54. And cut Pride. That's 53. There you go. Mazi and Pride. But then you still have to. The problem is cutting Mazi, that's going to leave you a big old hole. You can't trust Jay Toya. This would be cutting Mazi and not replacing that. It's crazy because you still need size. And even though he was Ozempic Mazi, he gained some of that size back, and he's still one of your bigger boys inside. Jay Toya, I like him, but he need to be a rotation guy. You definitely don't want to put Jay out there with 60 snaps. The Eagles will run straight through him like a hot knife through butter. So I'm going to leave it at 55, man. I and damn near want to keep it at 56 because I like Keymon Hall for what he can do. So it's just difficult. Bell, Booth, and Murray, you probably can sacrifice Bell, but Bell give you so much on special teams, though. Let's open up the phone lines real quickly, and then I got to depart. It's Saturday. You know how it's family day. So with that being said, the phone line for your mind is 657-390-7391. It's somebody that we need to cut, that we need to look back on and move around. Maybe you can do without TJ Bass. Maybe you can stash him, bring him back. Maybe you can go thin. You know what? Let me go back to this list. It's somebody where we went too deep at, and I can tell you, it's with them running backs. We gonna have to cut Deuce or somebody. Did I have Deuce cut? I only had 27. I should have screen grabbed it. Yeah, I'm going to have to rewind this tape. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we go thin where the running back at so you can go back down to your 53. Maybe that's where you cut Lyell, okay. Maybe I should have went back up. I should have screen grabbed it. I can't remember what I had. But it's difficult. Y'all see how difficult it is. And it's even more difficult. It's difficult because I'm in a room by myself. Can you imagine having the special team coach banging the table like, no! And Shotty already said he don't want yes mans, right? So if Shotty said he don't want yes man, I can guarantee you Junior Adams going to be banging the table like, nah, Trayshawn Holden. I want Trayshawn Holden over Brooks. That could be the situation. Deuce Daddy in the no, my son. I got $10,000 on the table. If you can show me bad tape on my son, right? Yeah. That's how this thing can be. It's tough. We sitting back from all perspective, but can you imagine being in that DB room right now? And I know people ain't banging on the table. Booth, let me tell you about Booth. But that's how difficult it is. And if I'm the D-line coach, if I'm Aaron Whitecotton, I'm banging the table for, hey, I want Mazi, I want Jay Toya, but these guys are not enough. I need nobody. Yeah. So that's how difficult it is. Yeah, that's how difficult it is. On that particular topic, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go here. Confirm. Yeah. All right, so it's difficult, baby. It is flat out difficult. All right, Denzel Daxon is a roster exemption international player. Ooh, good nugget, Vernon. So they'll put us at 50. I already had him cut, though. So, but that don't really matter, right? Because he's a roster exemption. So it don't matter so whether I cut him or not. It doesn't matter for him. All right, let's go with from the 214. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. 214. Jerome. All right. CJ, man, what's good, man? What's good with you? CJ. Boy, where you at, CJ? I know you're in East Texas, but you might be on one of them country roads. I'll circle back to you. What's going on with people's phone? Texas Wolf 757, you're live.
Oh, how you doing, Lamar?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I love the energy, man. What you got for me?
Well, I caught that final preseason game.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I was very impressed with Joe Milton. I've said it so many times. I banged on the table. I said Milton has the qualities to be a good quarterback for the Cowboys.
Yep.
All the boy got to do is work on his reads, his timing, and his awareness, and everything will fall in place. And we saw it in that preseason game.
We did. We saw that. Yeah, we saw that. Like what we need to do now is when you do a good game, right? He can stack the game that he played against in the last year, Patriots versus Bills, I believe, right? He stacked that good tape. And then he stacked his last good tape. And then he tried to find a healthy medium and get things going from there.
Yeah. Hey, Lon, do you think that Joe Milton gives off those pre-Tony Romo vibes?
He give me poor man Vince Young vibes, in my opinion, with a stronger arm. Not necessarily Tony Romo. Tony Romo, we didn't see him much until his going right into his year 3. But I don't think that he give me Tony's vibe. Tony was a different accuracy type of guy.
Yeah, and with this final roster, with this final game and the roster cutdowns coming through, some of them players, I'm going to be sad to see them go, but I would love to see the Cowboys try to get something for them. Guys like Jalen Tolbert, guys like Brock Hoffman. I still think the Cowboys need to trade him to Detroit. Detroit need a new center, and we get a good draft pick off of him.
Okay. I like your rationale. I like your rationale. I like that. Okay.
Yes, sir. TJ Bass, I still keep saying send him to the Seahawks. Seahawks have a very bad offensive line. Bass was undrafted, and according to his projection, he was projected to be like a 4th, 5th round pick. We could probably get that for him from Seattle, and now we got more draft capital. Plus, Robert Jones, correct me if I'm wrong, Law, Robert Jones isn't out for the season. I think he's only out for, a couple of weeks?
Man, he had a neck thing, man. You can't rush him back though, because that neck, man.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, we got Lyle back, so maybe Lyle Collins might start, showing some of his early years when he was with the Cowboys. Right. I just say though, Law, the Cowboys got a lot of good options on the O line. They got some options, in my opinion, on the wide receiving side. And I say instead of just letting these guys leave for nothing, trade them for something. Like trade Jalen Tolbert to the New York Jets for Derek Nandi, the defensive tackle.
I like your thinking. What's his name?
I talked to a lot of my Cowboy fans here in Virginia. We always had these discussions. Plus, I listened to the Tom Downey report on Chat Sports. That's where I get my thinking from.
Okay, man, that man is on it. What was his name for the Jets? What was his name? How you spell it?
Nandi, N-A-N-A-N-A-D-I.
Hold on. Let me go there. Derek Nandi. And I do like the aspect of what you said with the trade Brock Hoffman and get something back in return. If I can get if I can get DJ Reader for Brock Hoffman, oh my, I'm winning, bro. I'm winning. All right, so Derek
I burst your
Nandi.
bubble on that, Mr. Nation, but
What?
Mr. Law, but it's a low possibility now of DJ Reader. Lions have gotten some really bad defensive tackle injuries. We're talking season ending, so they're not going to probably give up Reader for us. So that's why I bring up the guys like Derek Nandi. There's a defensive tackle from the Giants that looks promising, and then of course there's the big behemoth, John Ridgeway. You might want to get him back from the Saints.
Okay, I can roll with that. Okay. All right, so I'm looking at Derek Nandi. I'm going to have to look at tape because his stats don't say anything, but I will look at some of his tape and see where he'll stand at. He is 29 years of age. He's 6'1", 317. I would like for my D tackle to be a little bit north of 6'4" or 6'5", but yeah. Seabass, I'm just wishful thinking, Seabass. I'm wishful thinking, but we keep going.
Yeah, and then on top of that, too, the Cowboys really want to show they want to win something for us, Law. Jerry Jones pick up that phone and say, Gilmore, Asante, we need you. Cowboys bringing both them boys. Even the Eagles might be crapping. The Eagles might be crapping some eggs.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you, man. What else you got for me before I let you go?
Other than that, I would say coaching staff-wise, we're looking pretty good, but we just going to have to see, Law, how this game turns out against Philadelphia. Brian Schottenheimer pull off the W on this one. Oh, if you're an Eagle fan, you might need to be worried about this season. Because if you lose to a guy like Schottenheimer, what you going to do against the other big dogs out there?
Yeah. That'll be something to behold right there. Thank you for calling in. What's your thoughts on Tim Settle before I let you go? Because a lot of people in the chat been talking about Tim Settle from the Texans.
What side of the ball he play on, Law?
Interior defensive lineman, 6'3", 313-ish. Had 5 sacks last season. 5 sacks last season. Shoot.
You know what? I'd be open to this because it was Law. That brings me back to the time when free agency was going on, and the Cowboys didn't get Danico Autry because Danico Autry had like 11 sacks and he was undersized.
Okay. Man, Texas Wolf, man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Let the people hear you, man. Let me hear you say it.
And you're listening to nothing but the best.
Okay, we appreciate you. Of hits and oldies, man. Appreciate that, Texas Wolf, man. I really appreciate him for calling in. Good thoughts, tracks of thinking outside the box. I get it. We don't want to trade players away. We want to hold on to them forever, but that probably be the best option to do is start moving and grooving. I got CJ. You're live from the 210. Hope you're in a better area now, man. You live. Talk to me, CJ.
Man, what's going on, love? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, bro. What you got?
That guy kind of took my take, man. I was kind of. Now, I mean,
he was good though. He was good.
I was kind of thinking like the same thing. Like Bass and Hoffman can pretty much do the same thing, and they let Bass get reps this year at the center, right? Okay, Hoffman used to do the same thing, guard and center. Shit, but we done seen Bass out of tackle, you know what I'm saying, before too. But all I'm saying is, I think, try to get something for Hoffman if you could. Hey, if it just, because if he was on anybody else's team, he would probably be starting, honestly.
Yep. To a degree, he's one of our better backups. He's still depth player. So I wouldn't try to trade away my depth. You still need him for special teams on field goals and stuff like that. So you got to look at it from that aspect. And if somebody hit their knee and go out, you got to at least have somebody to get in there, right? That knows the system.
Right. But we do got some nice other depth pieces on the line though. But here. Hey, check this out. I want to ask you this, man. I see you had watched the Stephen A. Smith Jerry and and Irvin and the Jerry. My question is this: after you heard Jerry say, the last days of camp, he told Michael to get his agent on the phone. What? How you really feel about that? What you really thinking about that? This man done went on 2-3 different shows, and I feel like this is last pitch too. I feel like honestly, this is his last pitch. I feel like he feel that Parson kind of threw him out there and got him looking like a sucker because of what he said. Like, you know, I don't want to be held, you know what I'm saying, up under somebody else's power to negotiate a contract, blah, blah, blah. You know, Jerry, like, man, hold on, man. I ain't forced you to do nothing. You know, I try to get a deal with my players, but I don't try to take advantage of you in the sense to where I'm trying to screw you around. And you know, it got messy. So he goes on Irvin, says what he says. But then when he go on Stephen A. Smith, when he got up under them lights, when he got on that big stage, he for sure dropped the bomb and said, the last days I told Michael to get his agent on the phone.
Let me say this, though. Let me say this,
Yeah.
and that sound like bullshit, right?
You think so?
He's a billionaire with a B. If he a billionaire with a B. If Elon Musk, Bill Gates, to a degree, even Donald Trump, if they pick up the phone and they call you, are you sending them to voicemail? Are you literally worried about asking somebody to get them on the phone? These billionaires with a B. You better pick up that phone and talk to them yourself. Jerry Jones shouldn't have to ask Parsons nothing about get your agent on the phone. Jerry Jones is a billionaire with a B. He should be able to just say, okay, give me now David Mulugeta. Fly him to my house now, or fly him to my island, or fly him to X, Y, and Z. If he really want to get this deal done, I don't think that there's a situation in a scenario that this could be blockages. You get what I'm saying? If he really wanted. He's a billionaire. I think that he should be able to get that deal done. He shouldn't have to ask Micah Parsons to do anything.
But Mulugeta he playing hardball. I mean, we don't know we don't know how much of what Micah's saying is the truth. We don't know how much Jerry's saying is the truth. That's basically where you coming with that when you say Jerry bull sugar on far as that. I don't know, Law. I
don't know, man.
I mean, I know
if you got some resources like Jerry, he shouldn't have to ask for nothing, right? You know.
Right. But if the moolah getter, because that's what he do. He gets
moolah,
the moolah,
baby. And Jerry Jones said we're gonna deal with this deal on my terms, you know, because they initially wanted to do that. Go ahead.
And that's what I was gonna say. Jerry's stubborn. He's a stubborn old man. He's a stubborn old man. But if this man done went all the way out here on national TV to get this out there. To get
Netflix out there. I got a documentary going on, you know, subscriptions at its all-time height. Netflix just hit me up saying we finna raise prices up even higher, you know, because of those documentaries and things like that. So, I mean, it's all a power play and money play. What did Denzel Washington say? You from East Texas, right? What did Denzel say?
Well, I can't remember all what he said, but hell, I know he said that Jerry wouldn't know because he ain't been there. That's about the only thing that I can remember what Denzel is saying.
Yeah.
Jerry ain't been there. Hey, Clark need to go. Damone Clark, he need to go. He need to go. I will replace him with Shamar James.
Okay. The
reason being, it looked like he showed up in that Baltimore game. It looked like Clark showed up in the Baltimore game. Man, it was gaps wide open that he just could have just shot through, but he did. He didn't. He did the hezzy, he just hesitating because he don't trust his instincts himself. And that's what's been his biggest deal since he been in the NFL. He just don't trust his instincts. When he see it, go. When he see it, just go. He don't trust it. I would replace him with Shamar James.
Shamar James, nice.
Far as the cornerbacks, Pride got to go, man. Pride ain't nothing, man. That's nothing. Man.
Pride
man.
rock.
And really, to tell you the truth, shit, before I let Booth run out there, I take my chances with Carson. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they ain't finna give up on Carson, bro. They not finna give up on Carson. I mean, and then, granted, rightfully so. He just had a bad rookie year, and he ain't been able to stay healthy. Hell, his rookie year, he got banged up and really couldn't, make the right progressions. You know what I'm saying? As the season went along, because he banged up. Same thing this year, but I would take that chance. I would take the chance with Carson before I lay my money down on Booth. I know they doing the diddy right now, scraping and scrambling. Well, they will be in a couple of days, so ain't no telling what they might be able to pull out. Between here and now.
In closing, yeah.
That D line. That D line. Sam Williams, Izaraku. I gotta find a way to go 5 deep at D tackle regardless. I gotta find a way to go 5 deep at D tackle. I got to keep both of the big boys, and then you got Osi, Solomon, and I probably will go Winfrey.
Yeah.
I'll let Denzel Jackson, I'll let Ernest Brown. He but in the words of Bubba Doug, trash.
Trash. Yes,
trash.
Indeed, man.
I watched them real good.
East Texas. Yeah.
Hey, have a blessed one, and go Boys.
Go Boys, man. My guy CJ Cowboy, man. Good call from him. Good observation. He was the last caller that was in the queue, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I hope that everybody have a beautiful Saturday. I would say this, though, when we look at everything with the Parsons, and it's good. It is good. We went the entirety of the show and didn't talk about Parsons until the end. That's amazing. Outside of Mama Parsons, I think that she's gonna fool around and pinch Jerry enough to get things done. It takes two to tango, right? And I get where Jerry is mad and frustrated at because he thought that he had something in the bag, right? And then, according to Ryan Clark, David Mulugeta never told Jerry to stick it up his, I get it. I talked to David Mulugeta. He's aggressively, but he's not a disrespectful YN type of dude, So it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation, that I know that Jerry Jones is a salesman. He's a damn good salesman, right? And let's see how this can all play out. Hopefully we hear some news by cut day that Parsons get this unbelievable deal. They brush it off, and we get back to it. We got $32 to $33 million to spend, right? That's how much we are under the cap. We all know when we ink these type of deals, more and more money comes into the play. And on top of that, Netflix inked a deal that's billions of dollars with the Cowboys, not Cowboys, but Netflix inked a deal with the NFL. Guess who spearheaded that? Jerry Jones spearheaded that. And I hope I'm not out speaking my wisdom teeth, but there will be some spinoff shows with Netflix involving other former Cowboy players. So we're going to be Netflixed out, man. Hey, Netflix, do a special on content creators. Law Nation, we got a pilot proposal out there already, so I just want to let y'all know that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, my production team, man, we growing, we doing crazy good things too, so let's not sleep on that. And don't be surprised if y'all see Law Nation on Netflix, baby. I'm just letting y'all know. I got to put that out there, So, and this is just the beginning, Cowboy Nation, and I really appreciate you guys so much for hitting that like button, sharing this content, and letting things move in a great way. Law, since Parson Drummer has started, I haven't seen his brother on any podcast lately giving his thoughts. Well, he went on, I think, Spaces. It's on the X app, and he said that basically that that the agent is greedy, basically. Right. He went out there and said that. So it's neither here nor there. You can check out T. Parsons on his show as well with, I believe, Dak Prescott brother, Tad Prescott, and my guy Capers. So they working on a few things together as well. So it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation. So, pilot show. That's when you work on a few things and you present it like a sizzle reel. But it's a whole nother conversation. Don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth. There will be some spinoffs. There will be some of those. On this beautiful day, I'm stuck at 56 people. I got until August the 26th to get my 53-man roster together. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the mighty. It's to he that endures to the end. We don't have to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Look up Exodus 14:14. At the end of the day, what I try to bring to the table is realism. What I try to bring to the table are facts. But people will say still excuses. But what I bring and what it will be is the truth, as much as I can, according to law. But no one is above the law, according to law, right? Of life. And just because you're ignorant of the law doesn't mean that you can do it. But there's principles, rules to life, rudiments that we all must abide by. A code. Numbers that we got to adhere to. I bring food to the table, Ice. I see you. Keith, appreciate you. But there's a time and place for everything. I read somewhere there's a time to love, but also there's a time to hate. In days like this, it's a time for sunshine, and it's a time for the rain to fall upon thy head. But when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. That's what Unc said, right? Denzel Washington. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, my guy, Bama boy, Roll Tide says, Law, don't get too big and not do your YouTube channel and keep going. Oh, I'm always do this. I think this is my purpose. The two most important days of your life, the day you was born and the day you realize your purpose. And my purpose is to feed the nation my thoughts, my wisdom, my understanding from a Southern style of flavor. Natchez, Mississippi, NTZ 601, population 27,000. We beyond that point, right? But I'm still giving you guys some of that rich Mississippi thoughts, even though I reside in Texas. Because my belly is touching my back. What is that, Law? Poor, hungry, and determined. PhD. Write that down. And are you operating in your purpose? There's somebody right now that's not, and wondering why the cloud keep following them, wondering why things keep happening to them. There was once a man, ladies and gentlemen, who was supposed to speak to a certain sector of people. And he didn't want to. He said, no, I'm going against the grain. And he got on this ship, and the storm began to happen. Story time, Law. And when that storm happened, it rocked him up off that boat or that ship. The word said a big fish ate him. Some people call it a whale. He stayed in that whale or fish for 3 days. And by the time it spit him out right where he's supposed to be. Where he decided to say to you all, I wasn't going to speak to these people. But the grand creator says, oh yes, you are. So you can't change your destiny. You can't change the things that was already designed for you to do.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
And now
it's here.
I wonder how well of a message that was when he made it there, when the whale or the fish spat him out, because he was swallowed up into these type of things. But let me tell you something. It's going to go over a lot of people's heads on that particular conversation. What are you doing that you designed to do that you are not doing, and life begins to pull and toil on you? But let me tell you about your heart, soul, and sinew and your desire to get things moving. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you all away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. My website here, we got about 69 folks that subscribe. Can we get beyond the number 69? Click that link. Subscribe to my website. Help support the independency of Law Nation. Let's continue to grind together. Let's continue to build up this life together. And we're going to look back after we stack these bricks upon bricks. Yes, as the boy said, I built this. This is my house. Brick for brick. If we look back on it, we can look back and say these are the things we have built together. So I'll never leave you guys. I'll always be here with you all. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. I pray to God that when I'm gone and I'm pushing up daisies, that you guys can listen back to these. And I live forever by my words being cascaded into the multiverse. And we'll run it up, baby. Yeah. Roll.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this wet, time to run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, time to run it up.
There we go.
I wake up,
Law.
thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Time to run
Ain't
it.
that right, T-Jack?
No sleep, no
Come
rest.
on.
Might crash, might wreck. But first I
Stretch. Shout out to Stephen
Carroll. Through my hands, I'm by my
Fred,
lonely.
Angie,
Turn to a savage, now my
DP.
baby wants to hold me.
Yeah.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
I got my homies.
Thought
Ain't
I
that
could
right
trust
energy?
You, I find out you tried to zone me.
Uh-huh.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Grady.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me Lil.
Can't call Law Lazy.
I was sending the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Cowboys, David Woods.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this.
Come on.
Run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
But first I stretch.
Time to run it up.
Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
What we gonna do?
Time to run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to
Philly.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those
All
London
right.
boys don't come to play, you should get worried.
There may be some other content creators, but I don't think nobody got all of this energy that we got over here today in all of these weeks of times. Come
Brought my
on.
mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
I wake up. Come on. Shout out to Oak Cliff, baby. We gonna take that trip out to Philly. Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might
Ain't that right, Seabass? Stretch.
Run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now
Turn to your neighbor and tell him we stretching.
run it up.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
Stretch.
time to run it up.
Hey, let's slow it down. Appreciate you. The longest outro in the land brought to you by Chubby's. Be sure to check out Chubby's, baby. Help the nation grow. Go buy you a hat, a t-shirt, some socks. Buy some drawers or something, man, from Chubby's and use promo code LAW.
They understand the cost. There's 1,000 of you. I say close the doors.
Yeah.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. We are going to leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, there's 1,000 guaranteed. This is a small city. If I get 1,000 online in the match, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give it $20. But I need everyone to
I be on day two.
Because again,
I follow.
I got you.
Wherever you
And
go.
this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or you didn't give it digitally, bring your baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see it. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone, stick it on the phone. Shh. Giving is worship.
Come on, rock with me.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Take 20% off your Chubbies. That's a good thing.
This ain't the time to talk.
Don't let the street light.
1,000 people give $20. 1,000 people give
All right. Transparency. We are now in contract negotiation with Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. So be sure to still check out Frenkel and Frenkel personal injuries. But we in contract negotiation. I love it. Wherever you go. Well, we got some things on the table. Now, should I go with the highest bidder or should I just take the offer?
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Yeah, on paper doesn't feel that far. So far.
Riggs!
So far. If a paper crank
Dial all threes, though, and use promo code LAW Nation.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, man. So, cut the check.
You have to.
Or should I promote them for free? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, baby. Should I Michael Parsons them?
Because you don't know who you're going to
Yeah. Yeah. It just hit me.
Take the money out, all of it.
Yeah, I got my agent is really working on that though. For real talk as we talk. That's why y'all haven't seen Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. But be sure if you're in a jam, still reach out to them and use promo code LAW Nation. The highest bidder. I can't say. Now, in contracting world, what we got is what we call, wait a minute, all money ain't good money though. They got to understand the cost that is involved. But what I'm going to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to tell y'all, which is true, is that in any contract negotiation, especially in this particular situation, there's a rule of two. Let me tell you what my granddad told me back in the day. Granddad told me, and this before anything, before I even made it to college. He said, "Boy, you look like me. Boy, you look just like me. Let me tell you something. Son." And his granddad. Never dance with the first lady you see. Do y'all understand what he was saying? Do y'all understand what he was saying? Put a YES in the chat. He said, never dance with the first lady you see. Whoa.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
I love this beat, man. Yeah. Always work the room. Work the room. Work the room. When you're in a spot, work the room, ladies and gentlemen.
You have to.
See, boy, y'all put yeses in there. Even the ladies say yes, yes.
They're really rough, and nothing's working, but there's something inside
Law
of me
Nation,
that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Never know who you're going to meet. And DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. We up out. Peace. One love. 53. Well, I got 56 guys, so I'm going to have to get it down to 53. Salute. We up out. Where my guy? Come on, Uncle Charles.
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah. Depend on you.
If you
win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.